Hello, fellow travelers on this journey called life. My name is Natalie, and I'm with you here today on my channel, Power Moon Tarot. We are going to be asking the question today, should you move on from this connection or not? Okay, and I have 3 separate piles here for you to choose from. Also, if you would like to join me on the extended reading, I will have a link to my Vimeo channel where we'll go deeper into this question. We'll look at the outcome if you did decide to stay with this person and where their feelings are at, okay? So you can do that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the different piles here. You can feel free to choose your pile based on how the cards look, right? What deck you like the best or what stone resonates with you the most here, okay? So let's settle in. And we have the raw emerald here with pile number 1. So if you enjoy the raw emerald, then this will be your pile. We have the amber here, this raw piece of amber. If you like that, you'll choose pile number 2. And if you enjoy the serpentine stone here, you will pick pile number 3. Okay, so that's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. In the description box below, I'll link to each one of the piles. Also, if you are currently having multiple connections and thinking about moving on from those connections, you can watch more than one video too. So I know I've done that in the past, just decided none of these connections are working and moved on. So you're free to do that as well. So let's go ahead and give it a whirl here. We're going to start with some oracle cards, which I have going on here. I'm gonna put the other piles aside, okay? I love this amber because it's so lightweight. That was pile number 2. Okay, so for pile number 1, if you're here to look at these gorgeous cards, which I love looking at these cards too, they're so pretty. If you chose the raw emerald, this is your reading. And what we want to determine with this reading is, should you move on from this connection or not, okay? Should you or shouldn't you? And before we get into the reading, let's just make contact here. Spirit, angels, and guides, please help me discern for pile number 1. Should they move on from their person? What is in their best interest, okay? And we're gonna do oracle cards first here. So we have the lonely void. We have lack of trust, okay? And we have support from your friends. And then here we have a young male, a past life connection here, family, beauty queen, a true gem, and twin flame, okay? So I feel like with this person, yeah, you definitely could have had a past life with this person, and that's why you feel such a strong pull to them, even though that they might be immature here with the young male card. And I can see that, you know, the eye of the past life here is on this young male. So in a past life, this person could have been, you know, a brother or a child for you. I know that that feels weird, but there could be this automatic chumminess between you two that you don't really know where it comes from. I do see this person has more growing up to do here. Like they are not to the point where they maybe have all the confidence in you or in this relationship, and that could make you wonder. And I also feel like your friends could kind of be anti this relationship as well. Like they could be looking at this young person who's kind of immature, and maybe they're not young, but they're just young in how they look at the world and how they see things. And your friends could be looking at this and they could be, you know, talk to the hand. They don't necessarily want you to be with this person because they don't think that they're mature enough for you, and they think that, you know, you would like to have a family, you'd like to have, if not a family, you'd like to have a mature relationship that's based on trust and, you know, intimacy and togetherness. And this person just, I think they act like, I'm not seeing anything nefarious here so far, or anything that's very, you know, like that your person's trying to deceive you in any way, but I just feel like they're not quite at the maturity level that, you know, you need them to be. And what you are looking for, pile number 1, is a true gem and a twin flame. and you're in the most, you know, you're in the years of your life where you feel like you're the most beautiful, you're the most lovely, and that you have choices, right? And that you don't need to. That's probably why you're watching this reading. Like, should I move on from this? Because you feel like you have choices. You feel like you have good friends that support you. And you feel like you wouldn't mind waiting for, you know, the exact right person to come into your life. What you're really looking for, your true love at some point, okay? And with the Beauty Queen here, you might not be as serious about it right now at this stage in your life, but I know you also feel like you're a class 5 stunner, and you know, and you probably are, and you know, so there's part of you that's like, shouldn't I go and hunt for this person right now? Shouldn't I go and try to approach this person right now because I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, I got great friendships to support me. The piece that's missing here is, you know, wanting to have this family. And I think you have past life memories of this person, or they trigger, if not this person, they trigger a past life memory of someone like them from your past life. And that's why you feel drawn to them, even though they might not be mature enough or fit the bill entirely here, okay? You definitely want to find someone who's equally matched to you, and somebody who really gets you and understands you for who you are and sees you as the true gem that you are. With the lack of trust here, I get the sense that you might not fully trust this connection yet. You might be, you know, this person might make you feel kind of like lonely at times, that you have to go and ask your friends for a lot of advice because they're just not to the level where you would want them to be. So I feel like, you know, because they're not really at that level, they can't really meet you at a twin flame level. They're not really at the consciousness level that you are yet. They're not really, I get the sense too that they haven't really built their material life either to the point that you would be interested in them. So like they don't have the best job, or they don't have, like they could be working towards it, right? But they don't have like some of the things that you would look for in a connection, right? So they're not like, you know, killing it right now. That in their work life, or if they're in school, they're not like very studious at this point. They're still kind of like flaky and wandering a little bit. They want things, you know, they want to have things in their life, but I think that they're not quite there yet. And I think that that could cause you not to really trust this person, and to kind of have some questions about, you know, where things would head with them, and if you'd be able to have, you know, a full and rich life with them, with, you know, friends that support the relationship and think this person's good enough for you, that you'd be able to have possibly children with this person in the future, or have a family, or have intimacy and closeness. And I feel like you're just not trusting the connection, right? So there's something about your instincts and your intuition that's telling you that this person is not quite there yet, okay? So let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards, and we're gonna get into whether you should, and right off the gate, I'm seeing that you need to follow your intuition about this connection. Pile number 2, you guys might have strong intuitions, but you do need to follow your intuition with regard to this connection. And it's okay, I get this sense from Spirit. Spirit is telling you it's okay to try this connection on and see how it feels, and see, like, you know, just give it a whirl and see how it goes. But at the end of the day, pile number 1, I feel like you know what you want. So the connection might flounder if this other person can't really make you feel more secure in the connection, is what I'm getting, okay? And so let's go ahead. We're gonna look at these are big cards. I'm working with big cards today, so they're a little hard to shuffle. But let's get into the tarot. So should pile number 1 move on from this connection? Page of Cups. Okay, so we're gonna pull out some cards and see. Knight of Wands, all right? The Emperor, the King of Wands. It's a lot of people. 6 of Wands, okay? we have the Ace of Swords reversed, the Two of Wands, and the Chariot, okay? So on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So pile number one, this reading is very clear to me. This is on point. You know what you want. I do think you know what you want. You want to be evenly matched with your Emperor, and you are willing to go seek that person. And I feel like you're still looking for that person. You know, the Emperor is stability. The Emperor is mature. The Emperor, it doesn't rule with an iron fist, but allows people to be who they are and take up space. The Emperor, you know, has those steadfast qualities. The Emperor is a provider, right? And you're the Queen of Pentacles here in this reading. So you are not going to settle for anything less than that. And I think you do know that intuitively. So I think this person draws your attention and your interest because there's something cute about them. There's something innocent and sweet and cute about them that you find. And, you know, the thing is you're really looking for this stable, sturdy person. Like you're kind of looking for a Capricorn or an Aries who really has their shit together. You're looking for somebody who has monetary, you know, has their monetary house in order. It doesn't have to be the craziest, richest person. I hear some of you saying to me right now, yes, they do have to be the craziest, richest person. And I love you for that, pile number one. But general reading. So, you know, but you just want you want your person to have their shit together is what I'm getting. And I see that you might feel like some sexual attraction to this person, and there might be some quality about them. You just can't put your finger on it. What is it about this person that really, really like lights your libido on fire? There's a little something there, and I think you're kind of unclear of that with this Ace of Swords reversed. I also think that you might think that this person is a little bit too, you know, quick on things. Like they might just want to push and go, and they're not super clear about what they're pushing towards or why they're pushing towards it. And I think you find that quality to be a little bit immature. You yourself are, you know, realizing, like I said, Six of Wands, you're in a really nice phase of your life. You're looking good, you're doing good, you're smelling good, you're feeling good. You're in a victory phase of your life right now. I feel like you're in a sun phase of your life right now where you're getting some recognition and you're getting accolades, and some of you could be a Leo, maybe a Sagittarius here. But you know, maybe an Aquarius, but I feel like you guys are getting recognized, and you're, you know, and then this person just isn't, you know, quite at that level yet, but there's something sweet and endearing about this person. And there actually is sexual attraction in the connection with the Knight of Wands here. But you have the King of Wands here. So there's sexual attraction that's kind of impetuous and kind of like, you know, just hurry forward, go, don't think about it. Just, you know, there might be this element of wanting to just, you know, sleep together and have fun and see where it goes, and maybe like a throwback to your younger days and be like, hey, and when I say younger days, I don't mean like you're 80 years old watching this, although you could be, and welcome if you are. But what I mean is like, you know, maybe 5 years ago or something, you would have had a different mindset and you would have been like, sure, let's do it, right? So I get the sense though, that's not what you're ultimately looking for, because it's the twin flame card that came up here. And, you know, so you're looking for that Emperor, you're looking for that King of Wands, you're looking for somebody who's an entrepreneur, who has their shit together, who goes after what they want, possibly an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire sign. You're not really looking down for this watered down youthful element that we have with the Page of Cups, because you're a Queen of Pentacles. So you don't really want to downgrade yourself in your search here. So I ultimately feel with the Chariot here, you guys, and the Two of Wands, that you will go off searching for a better connection than what this connection can offer you. You know, it might be that, you know, like I said, there's something attractive, there's something sweet about it. This person, I'm not getting that this person has bad intentions towards you, pile number one. You know, I'm not getting that there's anything here that like you should be worried about. If anything, they're just, you know, a little unclear about what they want, and they kind of just rush in, you know, towards things quickly. But I think you know that they do that. I don't think that you're like unaware of that. I feel like you do know, and you see what this person has to offer you, and you're like, how sweet, isn't that cute, right? But I'm really looking for, you know, it's like, I would say this is one half of the reading and this is the other half. And this other half of the reading is all about you going after what you want and continuing the search and continuing to find, you know, the holy grail of what you're seeking, right? And the holy grail of what you're seeking is really, you know, somebody who has more like of a dominating energy, but not in a like, you know, messed up way, just confident and is proven in who they are and what they do, and somebody who can really match you in your space, because you're very industrious, you're very clever, you have a sharp mind, you also care for others and nurture others, right? And so you're, you know, you're a dime piece, right? Pile number one, you're a true gem, as we saw with your pile earlier. So you're really looking for somebody who can complement that. I mean, you didn't go and work as hard as you did and push as hard as you did in your life to be with somebody who's just kind of lukewarm, okay? Like you definitely want to find that. And I see with the Chariot here that you definitely go after what you want. You don't like things getting in your way. You don't want people to get in the way of what you want. I feel like you might entertain this for a minute, but ultimately I feel that you're driven towards what you want, and it's going to keep you on the path to seeking that correct and right partner for you. I feel like you're a thoughtful person. You're very direct and you're very thoughtful. So you are going to, you know, you have with the Two of Wands here, you have two paths, right? But I would encourage you, pile number one, not to get so serious about it, because I feel like you can be real serious about, there could be Capricorn energy here, about how you approach your life and how you want things to go. And, you know, in X number of years, I need to have a baby, or I need to do this, or I need to be married. And I would encourage you to slow down on that energy a little bit and explore. I think you're very industrious. I think you're wonderful, but, and a lot of people think you're wonderful. I definitely get that, but I do think that you need to, you know, allow yourself to be a little bit more experimental. Not everything has to go on this rigorous timetable. Although, you know, I know that's what you really like. Okay, pile number one, I know that you are really into that rigorous timetable, but I feel like, you know, you can take your time a little bit with the Two of Wands, explore some different paths, try some different things. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you're going to go after what you want. And nothing I can say will stop you from that, because we have the Chariot here. And definitely don't want to stop you, pile number one. There's really no one that can stop you when you put your mind to something and you know what you want, okay? So pile number one, in the extended reading, we're going to go into, if you do decide to take this path with this person and you do decide to see how things go with this person, you know, how will it turn out? What is the outcome of that? And we'll get more into some of the more spicier elements of that as well, okay? So thank you, pile number one. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I really enjoyed reading for you because I feel your energy is very clean and clear, right? So I think you guys are quite, quite easy to read for. All right, so that was pile number one. Now with pile number two, here we go, pile number two. So our question of the hour is, should you move on from this connection or not, right? And you chose the amber, this beautiful piece of raw amber. It's very good for your physical health. Just even, I miss holding this piece of amber. Actually, I just wanna look at it a little bit, okay? But before we get into your tarot cards, let's go ahead and take a look at the oracle cards. And I purposely left out one of these cards out of this deck when I was shuffling, because I just felt you guys didn't need more cards for some reason. So let's see what happens here. Should you move on from your person or not, okay? Take the initiative, professional help, okay? Old love, let go, okay? We have this twin flame oracle card here called Old Love, Let It Go. And we have friendship, children, freedom, karma, and new love. All right, pile number 2. As I was getting into your deck, I feel like, or getting into your cards here, I feel like there's some confusion here for you. And I felt like and that's probably why you came to this reading, because you're confused, right? You have old love and you have new love. And it could be that you have multiple options here, and that you could have the choice of going back to someone from your past or moving forward with someone new here. Okay, and I think that there can be some confusion, and it could be that you have some elements impacting your decisions, such as maybe you have children with this old love, or you have pets with them, or you share common friends with them, or you live together and, you know, money is what it is, so you kind of don't, you know, there could be elements, practical elements that are influencing this connection. I do feel you want your freedom from this old love though. And I do feel that you should move on from this old love, okay? If this is old love, then there is some karma attached to this situation. And ultimately you are meant to break free, okay? And from this old love. And this old love is kind of dying on the vine. I feel there's a very long story here with this old love that I really can't even get into because it's a general reading, but in the extended reading, we might, you know, click on the link in the description box. If you want the extended reading, we can go into it more. But I feel like, you know, there's a big story here with this old love. And I feel like you're wanting a new beginning and a new story with someone new. And there could be somebody new who is sniffing around and you don't even really know. They could like you and you don't even really necessarily know. But someone definitely has their eye on you, pile number 2. And I think you just want to make sure that this new person is not like your ex, okay? Because you were meant to, with your ex, have that door open and fly away and be free. Yes, you might have some things that came along with that, like a shared home or children, or, you know, just some commitments that you had with this old person in your life that you, of course, are still working through and honoring, like children, etc. You would, but I mean, there is, I do see that you are meant to, the heavens want to open the gate for you and give you freedom from this person, okay? For some of you, this person could be intertwined with your business. They could help you work on projects. You feel like you kind of need them around to support you in a way. But I do feel Spirit is urging you to take the initiative and free yourself from this old love. And professional help is here too. So if you need to seek like a mediator or a third party or some kind of a counselor to come in and help you kind of dissolve this connection, that would be very beneficial for you. And I can definitely see how karmically you are moving out of this situation. You are like a bird set free. For those of you who've ever heard Sia, the artist, there's a song called Bird Set Free, and that song just came to me right now, and I think you guys should listen to it. And I'm getting chills while I'm saying that, so I know that some of you do need to listen to that song, because you're like a bird set free. And karmically, you are meant to move away from this old person. New love is trying to come in for you. New love wants to fill your heart with radiant joy and pleasure and excitement. And, you know, your heart chakra wants to shine forth, right? And with this old love let go, your heart chakra really can't shine forth like you would want it to because of this old situation. And I feel like it's a very confusing situation, and that it messes up your mental thoughts and your thought processes while you think of it. I think it's very important for you to have mindfulness, pile number 2, and to have meditation and mindfulness and make that part of your day, because this old connection really felt like, to me, like it's holding you back from evolving out of this karma that you had with this person, okay? And I see take the initiative here. So this separation from this old love, from what you're going to move on to, is really you taking the initiative to do that. You will set yourself free from this connection, okay? And there's nothing that can hold you back from doing that. Your guides and angels want you to take the initiative to move forward out of this connection, okay? They want you to have the experience of total freedom and expansion in your life, that your life could literally be anything you want it to be, that you could travel, that you could have other lovers, that you could do something crazy that you never thought you would do before, right? So Spirit is really insisting that I let you know that yes, you should move out of this connection. Not everyone will understand this, you moving away from this connection, and I feel like there could be people in your life that are like, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure? Or you could be questioning that to yourself a lot because there's a lot of history with this old love, but you should, you absolutely should, pile number 2. I feel like that is a very definitive answer for you. And I'm definitely feeling some fire in my lungs and in my throat. So I feel like this person has, you know, like you haven't been able to really speak your truth with this person. I feel like they override you a lot and make you listen to their rants and just throw up on you via text message, you know, via emails, via phone calls. Like they just won't let it go. And I feel like there is some fire building in your throat chakra and in your lungs because you need to escape from this situation and you need to leave it and let it go, because anybody that just overwhelms you with communication like that, pile number 2, is not for you. They're not in their right mental state. Your person, your old person here needs to practice mindfulness. They need to work on their spirituality, okay? Your person, your old person here that you're letting go of, needs to work on their karma and their spirituality, okay? Pile number 2, they have a lot of work to do on their own throat chakra and how they approach others with the way they talk to them, okay? So let's get into, that was a lot, pile number 2. I just felt really plugged, I felt really plugged into your situation there, and let's look at the tarot cards. I feel like we almost don't even need to look at the tarot cards here, but let's look at them anyway. These are angelic tarot cards. So I really want to get some messages from your angels here with regard to how do you move on from this person, okay? From this old love, because I do feel like you're seeking new love, pile number 2. How do you move on from this old love? How do you take the initiative here? Okay, let's take a look. We have 8 of Ariel, okay? So take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. So we saw professional help earlier, and I do think that professional help is really gonna help you shake this situation. I also think diving into your work and getting really clear about excellence in your life. Your angels want to talk to you about excellence and want to show you this is how excellence is developed. If you move on from this old love, you will experience new excellence in areas of your life and you will step it up, okay? So that is a way that you can take the initiative here. And let's see what else comes up. Spirit, what else should pile number 2 do? King of Ariel. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles here. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles. So you could be trying to move away from a King of Pentacles who needed you to kind of play a role for them all the time while they took the center stage, and they wanted to keep you small compared to them. They could have tried to control you with money in various situations. But I'm seeing here that basically Spirit wants you to know that you will be successful. This person does not have the fucking rights to play the King of Pentacles for their whole life. Like, I'm talking about the rights. Like, they don't have the King of Pentacles trademarked. There can be more than one King of Pentacles, and you can be your own King of Pentacles. You can take care of yourself. You can be successful. You can use your resources wisely. Okay, so there's a lot of earth energy here with this pile number 2 that is making me think that you have some like loose ends that you need to tie up in the 3D to basically some practical steps that you need to take here to separate yourself from this person and move on. We have the wheel. Spin the wheel, baby. All right, 10, Archangel here. I'm not familiar with this one. It's Jeremiel. Archangel Jeremy is what it looks like. Maybe there's a Jeremy here, you guys, or somebody with a J name that needs to be left. But we see new beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. Okay, so you will change your direction. The Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana. It's in number 10. X marks the spot. You will understand where you need to go in the future. And you know, the clouds will part here, and you will take a spin on the wheel. Your angels and guides are like pushing your hand to the wheel. They're like, turn it, okay? Now turn it, now turn it. They really want you to keep moving forward. Like a wheel just keeps going, right? So it's the wheel of life. It's what makes sense in life, right? We don't go back to the past and revisit it because we're trying to achieve mastery in this lifetime. The King of Pentacles is the very last card in the entire tarot deck, like when you go through the sequence. And so there's a message here about wanting to achieve mastery in your lifetime. And I feel like, you know, your angels and guides are saying your mastery is dependent on your ability here to keep moving. It's not a, you know, you have to do this. You know, you have free will. That's the other thing with the Wheel of Fortune. You have free will. Pile number 2, you can make whatever choice that you want. You're able to do what you like here. But I think your angels and guides are holding space for you here and encouraging you to keep moving forward, whatever that means for you, right? If moving forward involves getting away from this person, then that's what you need to do, okay? So the time keeps on spinning into the future. What is that? Steve Miller Band song, or time keeps on spinning or slipping into the future. Can't sing, so I won't sing to you guys. I know a lot of readers do that, and I don't know if I'll ever do that. But, okay, so what else can we do here to let go? We have 8 of Michael, Archangel Michael. All right, Archangel Michael freeing you guys from situations that have kept you trapped. Archangel Michael has your back. You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, okay? So on the other side with the 8 of Swords, you could not be seeing this situation clearly for what it is. And clearly for what it is you need your freedom, okay? That's first and foremost. You need your heart chakra, you need to be loved, and you need your freedom. And you need to cut yourself free from any situations that do not support that and that are not in alignment with that. And you will open up your arms to life, right? There's nothing holding you back. In this this is the best 8 of Swords I've ever seen, because this young girl is literally walking out from behind this fence and has her arms open to the world with Archangel Michael risen up behind her, okay? Yeah, so I saw 69 in here too, so some of you could be Cancers. And Cancers are very caring and loving, and for Cancers it can be very hard to let go. So you know, definitely let go, you guys, is what I'm seeing here. 10 of Ariel, 10 of Pentacles. There's so very much to be grateful for: financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. Okay, and yeah, you think this is the end, because if you leave this person, like, what is it going to do to your family, to your friendships, to your children? But guys, this is only the beginning. Spirit wants me to tell you, you have new beginnings here. You have judgment. So you have been going through a phase of testing with this person. You have been tested. This was a major life test for you. And it only comes because you're mature enough to look at it and to deal with it. I want you to congratulate yourselves, pile number 2, on the fact that you're even considering this and that you're even contemplating going through with this. This represents such a transformation through fire that you don't even know how big it is for your soul to even be contemplating this and walking this path of considering letting go of this. It is, it's your dharma, it's your spiritual purpose, and you're nailing it. You're hitting the nail on the head, okay? You're really hitting the nail on the head with this. And 10 of Pentacles, success is assured. Okay, I see you guys traveling. I see you guys going to France, possibly to Paris. Maybe Italy. I see you guys, yeah, there's the Eiffel Tower in the background there. I see you guys going to cafes and chatting with your friends. I see you enjoying life and having fun. Your family is going to be transformed. Some of you, I feel, are very worried about what's going to happen to your family here, or to your notion of what family is through the dissolving of this old love. Your family is being blessed by the angels. Your children, your family, and your person is actually being blessed by the angels too. Sometimes the most difficult challenges in life, where we think other people are doing things to us, are actually our biggest moments of transformation and freedom. It actually is amazing to let go of something that is not meant to be carried forward with you in the rest of your life path, because it sets everyone in the situation free. So it's not just about you, pile number 2, and you're very aware of that. This is changing the course of a lot of different things in people's lives, okay? Weird decision here. But ultimately, I feel it's the best for you. Now, of course, this is a tarot reading and it's a general reading. So for some of you, I'm gonna come back to professional help here, because I do think it's important to talk to a therapist about this. Talk to very trusted friends. We had friendship here. Talk to your therapist, talk to your friends, get good advice, good sound advice from people who love you and have your best interests at heart, okay? And know the history of this old connection. And I think it's very important here to understand that there is new love for you, all right? There is beginnings, there's new love. After you go through the fire of transformation, beauty and wonder open up for you, okay? There is hope. And there's a lot of success here too, pile number 2. So you can really do this. I want to encourage you that if you're on the fence and you're not sure and you've been talking to your therapist, again, I'm only a tarot reader here and I don't know you personally, but you know, if you come to this decision and you feel right about it in your gut and in your heart, then you know it's right to do, okay? And the extended reading, we're gonna go into what new love could be coming in for you after this connection. Where's the hope in this, right? And what hope is unfolding for you here. And also maybe what would happen if you ended up staying with this person, okay? Because some of you might still be kind of on the fence with that. But with that being said, pile number 2, I am going to close your reading here. And I hope that that reading was very helpful for you, and that you feel some clarity from it, okay? And, oh, where was your, here it is. I'm like, where's the stone I was using for you guys? You guys had the amber, which is very physically healing, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 2. I really enjoyed reading for you, and I wish you the best. So for pile number 3, should you move on from this connection or not? We have the Serpentine here, this beautiful Serpentine. And we'll put it right there. And first of all, we have some oracle cards to help us determine, should you move on from this person or not, okay? So we have haunted past, dead end, okay? Date nights, dating. Well, we've got some dating going on here. We have a blonde female, a fair male, okay? An open relationship, spiritual growth, and Ice Queen. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. Pile number 3. I think this is someone that you have recently met. And if you haven't recently met this person, or this isn't a newer connection, then there's 2 other piles that you can click on. But I'm definitely feeling that this is a newer connection here. And what I see from this connection, and you know, you guys are, we have the blonde female and the fair male, okay? So I can see that you guys are, you know, one's not, you guys are around the same age, you guys have similar paths in life. Like, you guys could make sense. This could be someone you went out on a date with and you're like, this connection makes a lot of sense. We have a lot in common. We can talk a lot. We have fun. We enjoy one another. We have some really spicy date nights. Like, you know, the passion is there. But then we have dead end and haunted past, right? And I do feel like both of you are focused on your spiritual growth. That's why I'm saying it could have been like two peas in a pod when you guys met. You're like, wow, this kind of makes sense, you know? And you could feel kind of happy with it. But with this open relationship, I mean, maybe some of you are in an open relationship, or you have an agreement that you're just dating, and so you're dating different people, and it's just kind of left open here. Like, I see the girl is looking in one direction with her hand out and the guy is looking in another direction, right? So it's like their hands are joined and they're spending time with each other, but they're still looking for other options, right? And you know, why, right? Like, if you meet and you're like, hey, and I'm not saying, you know, some of you might actually be in polyamorous situations, and if that's your situation, then great. But I feel like for the majority of you here that, you know, it's like you met and you had this awesome connection and it was spicy, and you guys definitely have a spiritual element to your connection here. You both could be very focused on spiritual growth or personal self-improvement, or just being consciously aware of the energy in life, etc. Like, you guys could both, you know, be really cool, advanced kind of, you know, beings here, but you know, and you met and you found out, hey, we're similar, we're kind of the same here, but why do we have a dead end and a haunted past, right? It's like there's some dark cloud over the connection, and I can see that here with the Ice Queen. It's like, no matter how, you know, like clinking glasses, having a glass of wine together, having a date night, things getting really spicy or sexual, and having, you know, similar feelings about, you know, values and spiritual life, that, you know, there's an element of iciness in this connection. It's like, yeah, you guys have all these similarities and it's really wonderful, but it's like it feels icy at times, and your person could feel icy to you, and then in turn you could feel icy towards them, and it's kind of like, you know, why, right? And I think it's kind of confusing for you, and that's probably why you're here on this video wondering, like, why should, you know, should I move on from this person? Should I stay? Should I go? I can see here with the full moon in the background that there's definitely some emotion, even though you guys are just like dating each other, there's definitely some emotion in this connection. And that I do feel like maybe you guys have been on a few dates and you've probably already slept together. You could have, you know, but somebody could be holding out here. Like, somebody is not really sharing their feelings is what I got, you know, and it might be too early to really share feelings. Like, you guys might have had a physical connection right away. But I definitely feel that, you know, there's some unspoken things in the air, and people aren't really saying how they feel, unfortunately. There's a lot of potential in this connection, you guys, but I feel out of all my piles, this is the one that's a little uncertain. The other two seemed certain. This one seems a little uncertain, because it's like, well, because you guys have this amazing, like, okay, you know, he's looking at her, she's into it, she's kind of fidgeting with her shirt, like, haha, you know how people fidget when they like and flirt, and he's looking at her like, hey, what's up with you, you know? But, you know, you guys are still dating tons of other people, or talking to other people online, or trying to set up dates with other people, and still keeping your options open. And even though you guys had this, like, you guys hit it off, you're still having this question here. And I think what it comes down here to, pile number 3, is you guys could both have a hard past with relationships, with this haunted past here, and it could keep you guys feeling, you know, fairly cold towards one another in the beginning, and like looking at something like, is this too good to be true, and real skeptical. I feel like both of you could get very, very skeptical about this connection. and unwillingly create a dead end to this connection, even though there's potential here, okay? And I'm not saying like, maybe you guys still should both like be exploring other options because you just started dating each other. Like maybe that's appropriate to do. But I feel like the Ice Queen here is saying that, you know, there's really no sharing of where you guys are at, what's going on, how you're feeling. And I feel like you could have spent time with this person at the beginning, like, you know, seen them one day and then a few days later seen them. And now you might be in a pattern of you're not really seeing them as much. And I think that's why you're feeling like this is a dead end. And you're like, you know, I'm cute, I'm good looking, I'm nice, I'm fun. I'm just gonna go out with other people. As one of my friends would say, get a rotation going, right? So both of you could be feeling like, let's just fine then, we'll just get a rotation going. And then you're like, wait, it's going to a dead end though, and I actually like this person. Like, what are we doing here? So I definitely think communication, vulnerable communication is going to be important with this person, pile number 3. And you're going to have to tell this person, like, look, you know, it's not cool that, you know, like we might just be dating each other and that's great. Like I'm happy to just date, but you know, let's see each other more than once a month. Let's talk to each other. Like let's text each other more than once or twice a week. Like if you're trying to form a connection with someone, then you're not just icing them out, right? And you might need to have your own conversation with yourself about this too as well, pile number 3. Like, where are you inadvertently icing people out? Like Queen of Swords energy. And you could be picking up on your person's energy and be like, well, they're icing me, so I'm icing them. Well, you can't ice each other and expect things to go anywhere. And that's why we have the dead end here. Like, you guys have to unthaw a little bit. And if there is this great potential, this spiritual growth, and these spicy date nights and enjoying each other's company and having this, you know, and having this attraction, and, you know, their eyes are like kind of the same color here. You guys could have met on a sunny day, and you could have met outdoors somewhere. You guys could like to go do things outdoors together. There is potential in this connection, but it's like, how do we find it here? Because everyone's icing each other out. And I think you're wondering, like, should I just abandon ship and go for someone who's a little more like present, right? And I don't blame you, pile number 3, if that's how you feel, all right? But let's look at the tarot cards and see if you should move on from this connection or not. Okay, so spirit, angels, and guides, please help me discern for my beautiful pile number 3s whether they should move on from this connection or stay in it. All right, these cards are huge. They're a little awkward. Your person could be a little awkward about approaching you and talking to you, and that could be part of what's going on here. So it's just, and you to them, there could be an awkwardness in the energy. But let's see, should you move on from this connection or what's happening? Luna, okay. Spirit's like, I'm not giving you any answers, pile number 3. We're just gonna keep everything mysterious. Look at this dating with the 2 moons here in the, oh my God. Spirit's like, no, you don't get to know the truth yet. You just, you know, you can just stay in your subconscious little worlds, right? With the moon. But actually what I feel Spirit is saying here is, you guys have to share more of your feeling nature with each other. And, you know, you guys need to hold space for that with each other. And you need to let your emotional heart opening be the centerpiece of this relationship and not ice each other out anymore. Like, the moon is messy. The moon says what they're thinking and how they're feeling. Somebody has to make the first move here, okay? And somebody needs to come out with it and say, like, this is what's going on, this is how I'm feeling. With the moon, though, it's like there's not a whole lot of clarity. And, you know, things are unconscious. But I do feel that there's a lot of feminine energy in this connection. Your person might really, you know, really like the divine feminine and really, like, respect the divine feminine, even though they're acting very icy towards you. It's kind of that's where it gets weird, right? Because it's like this person's spiritual, they like the divine feminine, they feel good about you, but they're not like, you feel confused, right? So let's go on. We have the 10 of crystals here. So I feel like, you know, this connection could start off being, you know, like fun, like you're dating and things are interesting and sexy and spicy. Then they get very confusing and then things start to become a lot clearer, okay? And I feel like you are going to inadvertently stumble upon your partner's feelings for you. And it's going to take a little bit of time because we have the 10 of crystals here. So, you know, I think you do need to be patient with this connection, pile number 3. And it is going to take some time for it to manifest with the 10 of Pentacles and the moon here. But it will manifest. With the 10 of Pentacles, I see it manifesting. Okay, we have the 7 of crystals. Yeah, patience, hard work, spending time alone, getting clear about how you feel and how you want to proceed in this connection. Yeah, I definitely, with the 7 of crystals, we talk about building something that is worthwhile. I feel like your person's way in the background and you're like way over here. So you guys could be like not, you know, hanging out with each other all the time. And then there's all these people that are coming into this building and you're just over here doing your own thing, doing your work, doing your business. And your person could be going out with other people. And I can see that you're not particularly jazzed by that. And I think you know that they might be doing that. But again, with this connection, I feel that it's just going to take some patience and hard work, because with Luna here, neither one of you are really budging. You're not really going to open up to each other. And I feel like, not yet anyway, I feel like you might feel like it's not appropriate to do that yet. Like you need to see more tangible evidence that your person is invested in you in this relationship before you're willing to, you know, show your feelings to this person. And you know, guys, a lot of people mirror each other. So your person could be feeling the same way too. There could be some insecurities going on here with the moon. We have 8 of chalices. So definitely comes out under the moon. So I feel like this connection has a way of making you feel kind of lonely. Like it started off so spicy and interesting, and then it just, everything got iced here. And you know, this 8 of chalices is about walking away from something. And I can see if the relationship continues to stay in this confused space where people don't know what's going on and you're not seeing each other and you're not opening up to each other, you will walk away from this connection, pile number 3. You will let this connection go if things don't start changing from where they are now. I think things do need to change from where they are now. Okay, we have the star. Yeah, you have to feel, for you, pile number 3, it's very important that you feel, well, spiritual growth came up for you guys. I think it's important for both of you to feel like your connections support your spiritual selves and your spiritual journey. And if they don't support it, then you'll move in another direction and you're okay with doing that. But ultimately, I feel you remain optimistic. If you guys can get through this rough patch, I feel that you and your person both remain optimistic. I feel you guys mirror a lot here, each other. And that's why when I say something about how you feel, pile number 3, I believe it also applies to your person. So there is a lot of hope for this connection. And I do see karma just fell out of my hand, right? So there is something about this connection that's very deep for both of you. And I see that this sexual connection could get very deep between you guys too. Really felt some sacral chakra energy as I look at this card. There's something very sweet and divine about it. Although this, I believe, is the justice. Yeah, it's 20. It's the justice card in this deck. You know, justice is like trial by fire and testing. But I feel you guys are both spiritual radiant beings here. You guys are both advanced beings. And I can see that it has brought you some trouble with dating in the past because you haven't really been able to interpret maybe what is right for you versus what is right for you. And I think you will need patience to see if this situation goes forward in the way you want. But with the star here, I feel you both maintain hope that it could go in a really nice direction, and that it could be both very deep emotionally, very transparent with judgment. We have total transparency. We have laying it on the line, showing your cards, the big reveal, right? With judgment, waking up to what's really happening, right? And I feel like your relationship can progress if you guys can have that, but somebody has to make the first move here. You can't just stand in your own separate castles. Yeah, we have divine justice here. So I do think you guys will be weighing out the situation, and you guys will be trying to decide what is best for you. And I worry that both of you are going to decide based on your head and not on your heart though, okay? So you guys, as you are making this decision, because I feel like this person could be good for you with the spiritual growth and the date nights and, you know, enjoying each other's company. I feel like I'm talking you down off of a ledge here a little bit, pile number 3. I could be talking your person off of the ledge here. Step down from that, please. Won't you step down from that ledge, my friend? Okay. As that song goes from the 90s, won't you step down from that ledge? But I feel like you guys, there's a danger here of you guys making, you know, decisions which you think are like rationally well thought out, well put together decisions, that you've really directed your mental energy at these decisions instead of your heart, right? So I do feel like your person is imploring you here not to just cut things off at the balls or at the knees, but to actually weigh your heart in this connection too. And it might be too soon to have an accurate picture of that. And that's something that unfolds over time, right? Where your heart is at in this connection. But this connection is very high vibrational, so it demands a heart check. It demands that the heart be part of this equation, okay? So I think your person gets nervous about you just cutting things off and going, and you could get nervous as well about that. But I do feel here that this is a connection where you should literally, I'm not saying you sit home and wait and cry and obsess and go nuts over someone, because if you're doing that, you do need to move out of that space mentally. Like, you need to get away from that mentally. But I do feel like this is a connection, pile number 3, that you could give a chance to and see where it goes, because it appears that there is some physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual connection here. Well, we're still waiting on the emotional, all right? Let's not oversell it. We're still waiting on the emotional piece. But it's going to take a little bit of time, because we saw with the haunted past, it's going to take a little bit of time. But wouldn't you know, here's the Ace of Cups. It was on the bottom of the deck, right? So I do feel like this, you know, we've got the haunted past, if you guys remember. I do feel like there is potential in this connection, and that, you know, waiting a little bit to see what happens isn't going to hurt, okay? It might hurt a little bit if you're in this, oh my God, what's going on phase, but I feel like ultimately you and your person with the star card here both want to give it a try and see if something good could come out of it, if you could build something together, if you could have a successful relationship together. I feel there is a deep curiosity and a wanting to explore. I also feel there's a very strong sexual connection here too. All right, so pile number 3, my answer is going to be stick it out a little bit and see what happens, okay? And in the extended reading, we're gonna go into your person's deeper feelings and why they're feeling defensive, why they have this haunted past, where they're at, and what the outcome is going to be if you decide to stick around in this situation, okay? Thank you so much, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and God bless.